Morning children, welcome back to your online classes. So we started our lesson number 6 and we finish our parts of leaf, stomata, midrib, functions of a leaf, how plants make food, photosynthesis also, and the presence of starch in potato also completed. Beetroot and carrot are the roots that store extra food. The sugarcane and potato are the stems that store extra food. Starch. All fruits store extra food in their pulp. So children, yesterday we studied about some plants with a difference. Green leaves are the kitchen of plant, but what happens when a plant does not bear green leaves? How does it make it food? Let us take an example of a croton and red amaranth. Croton and red amaranth have yellow or red colored leaves, although they have chlorophyll. They look yellow or red. The yellow or red color hides the green color of the chlorophyll in their leaves. These plants perform photosynthesis and make their own food. And cactus plant have a few very small leaves or they do not have leaves at all. Stems are green, flat, broad, fleshy and green. These green stems make food for the plant. So in cactus, who will make food for the plant? The stems will make food for the plant. They do not have leaves or very small leaves. So stems are green, flat, broad, fleshy and green. These green stems make food for the plant. Some plants like molds and mushrooms do not have chlorophyll. So how did they make food? So how do they make their food? They cannot make food at all. They grow on dead and decaying plants and animals and absorb their food from the decaying bodies. So they get food from the decaying plants and animals. Now children, we will start now energy flow. So what do you mean by energy flow? See the book. Green plant produce food. These food are eaten by all animals and humans either directly or indirectly. So we studied now photosynthesis. The plants make food. So the plants make food and the food is eaten by all animals also and human either directly or indirectly. All humans and animals need energy. So we cannot make our own food. So we depend on plants for food, which give us energy. Plants trap the sun's energy during photosynthesis. Without the energy of sun, plants do not make food. So the plants trap the sun's energy during photosynthesis to prepare food. Hence they are called producers because light getting from the sun. All animals and some plants take this energy in the form of food. Hence they are called consumer. Those who are taking the food that we called a consumer, and those who are taking energy during the photosynthesis to prepare food, hence they are called producer. So you understand children, producer? So we depend on plants for food, which give us energy. Plants trap the sun's energy during photosynthesis to prepare food. Hence they are called producer. And all animals and some plants take this energy in the form of food. Hence they are called consumer. So children, for example here grass eating animal like deer and goats eat grass or leaves. They get energy directly from the plant. Deer are killed by tiger or lions, and the tigers get food from the plants. Now here you see the picture, the plants eaten by grasshopper and the grasshopper eaten by frog, and then snake eat the frog and crow eat the snake. So this chain is going on. So plants, grasshopper, frog, snake and crow. So plants directly or indirectly eaten by the frog, snake and crow. Now see the book, children. All animals and some plants consumes take this energy in the form of food. Hence they are called consumer. For example, grass eating animals like deer and goats eat grass or leaves. They get energy directly from the plants. Deer are killed by tiger or lions. Thus, lions and tigers get food from plants indirectly. The flow of energy from producer plant to consumer animals is called a food chain. Now see here, herbivorous and carnivorous animals. All of you know the herbivorous and carnivorous. Herbivorous animals means that eaten only plants, and carnivorous means they eat the flesh of the animal, and omnivores they eat both plants and flesh of the animals. So here the energy getting from the sun to the plant, the grass eaten by animals, deer, and goats eat grass or leaves. So they are herbivorous animal. And then they get energy directly from the plants. Deer are killed by tigers or lions because they are herbivorous and they are carnivorous animal and they eat the flesh of the animal. So deer are killed by tiger or lion. The lions and tiger get food from plants indirectly because deer eaten the plants and the lion eating the deer, so they get a indirectly. So this flow of energy from producer plants to consumer animals is called food chain. Understand, children? The flow of energy from producer plants to consumer animals is called food chain. Now interdependence of plants and animals. All living organisms on earth depend on each other for their lives. Plants give food and oxygen to all the animals including human also. So we are getting food and oxygen to animals and human also. So all living organisms on the earth depends on each other for their lives. Plant given food and oxygen to all the humans including animal also. On the other hand, plants depend on animals for carbon dioxide. Animals take in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide to the air while breathing. So, this carbon dioxide is absorbed by the plants for making their food. Understand, children? Plants depend on animals for what? Carbon dioxide. Animals take in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide to the air while breathing. This carbon dioxide is absorbed by the plants for making their food. So this process is called interdependence of plants and animals. So both are interdependent. Plant give oxygen and animals give out carbon dioxide. So animals take in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide to the air while breathing. This carbon dioxide is absorbed by the plant for making their food. Now next one is balance in nature. In nature, a great variety of plants, animals and microbes live in perfect harmony. There is a balance between plants and animals. But if we cut all the trees in the forest or hunt animals in the forest, the balance gets disturbed. So, very important, forest we have to not to cut. So, when we are cutting the forest, the balance between the plants and animals, but if we cut all the trees in the forest or hunt the animals in the forest, the balance get disturbed. What will happen if we cut all the trees in the forest? Animal will not get enough food or oxygen and will die. Similarly, if the number of trees increases tremendously as compared to animal, from where will they get carbon dioxide? So, hence now people all over the world have taken initiative to preserve and protect these plants and animals under the following project. So they are making so many projects. First one is National Park, second one is Botanical Garden, third Zoological Garden, fourth Wildlife Sanctuaries, and fifth one is Forest Reserve, etc. In India, people organize many activities like Van Mahotsav, means on the day, Van Mahotsav day, people are planting more and more trees. So that day they celebrate Van Mahotsav and planting more and more trees. So see children, important points, and say the process by which green plants make their food with the help of carbon dioxide from air, water, from soil in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll is called photosynthesis. A leaf has three main parts: a stalk or petiole, lamina or leaf blade, and midrib. Stomata are the tiny pores that help the plant in exchange of gases like carbon dioxide and oxygen. Transfer of energy in the form of food from plants to animals is called food chain. Green plants are called producers because they can make their own food. They produce the food, so it is called a producer. Animals are called consumers, means they take the food, so it is called a consumer. Animals are called consumers because they depend on plants for their own food. To maintain a balance in nature, we must protect and preserve wildlife. Now see children, pre-midterm exam science portion I given, but again you see. There are three lessons. Lesson number 1, testing to digesting food. Lesson number 2, teeth and tooth care. Lesson number 3, follow rules can be safe. So pre-midterm exam will be based on multiple choice question. Understand children? Lesson number 1, tasting to digesting food. Lesson number 2, teeth and tooth care. Lesson number 3, follow rules and be safe. And exam will be based on multiple choice question. It will come from book also. So you have to learn the book also. Thank you, children.